Oh, thank Flux. It's Friday. I'm Ollie Pickup, a human work evolution storyteller, and I want to tell you today about today's date, April the 3rd, because it is very important in the context of human work evolution. On this date, 53 years ago, in 1973, a Motorola engineer called Martin Cooper stood on a pavement in midtown Manhattan, and he made a phone call. The handset he used weighed about a kilogram, about the weight of a bag of sugar, and his battery life gave him no more than 20 minutes before it died. It was the first mobile phone call, and Cooper called his great rival at Bell Labs, Joel Engel, and he told him he was speaking from a mobile phone. Engel said nothing, and Cooper remembers this long silence at the end of the line. And I think it's ironic, given that 53 years later, the device has become the most important thing on earth, expertly engineered to prevent that silence. Genuinely, the mobile phone has been incredible, liberating, and allowed untethered communication from anywhere. It's connected people who haven't had access to that communication infrastructure before. It's made remote work possible. Work schedules have changed. And it's given millions of people a degree of autonomy at work. While that's true, it's also more complicated, and we know that. It's bled into, the mobile phone has enabled an always-on culture, colonization of evenings and weekends, and essentially the collapse of the boundary between work and life. And then we get social media, which has been in the news a lot the last couple of weeks. It seems that big tech is having its big tobacco moment. There's a sense that they've been found out, and loads of lawsuits will now pile in on Meta and the rest of them, I'm sure. The fact is, UK children are exposed to around 2,000 social media posts every day. Of course, a lot of that is on mobile phones. And we're getting lonelier. Adults are getting lonelier. 1 in 5 of us are lonely. And it's this idea of the antisocial century. The better the technology's become, the more reclusive we've become. And that's a problem. Being lonely is the equivalent of smoking 15 cigarettes a day. That's how bad it is for you. So the question I think that I want to leave you with is this. It's not a question of whether the technology was good or bad. It was definitely transformative. But what did we do with that transformation, and what did we fail to do? We built the infrastructure of connection and then watched without intervention how it was optimized for engagement rather than our well-being. We've handed this device to our children to connect with them, and it's them being handed on to the engineers of attention, and they're not the same thing. Martin Cooper listened to silence when he made his first phone call, and we owe our children more than silence, and we need to do something about this. Stay fluxed and have a good Easter weekend.